Cardi-Girls, we're Cardi-Girls. I'm gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want.
Break your friends like
Cardi-Girls, singing from
it's like a bit of a free for all, isn't it? Really? What you
I think there's an assumption that
for a while now, Jodie, while we talk about some of this week's highlights.
Yep, absolutely.
We're gonna say what we
Tucker
want. The
Carlson,
Cardi-Girls. We're singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Actually, I was going to go in the garden today, but I got stuck behind the desk at the computer. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
because I'm excited. Tomorrow I pick up my eggs to hatch my chickens.
Oh. How many?
So I'm going to get 12. No, I think 10, because they went a bit. The lady I'm getting them from, who's got lots of roosters, said that they've got a bit slow because of the really cold weather. So whatever I get, 8 or 10, and then I've got the incubator. But I've actually got 3 clucky chooks. But I'm not ready with the chooks. I'd have to build another pen, or Bruce would have to build another pen. So we're just going to go with the incubator. Then the kids can watch them hatch at Christmas. That was the plan.
Cool.
So when all the kids are here from the city, they'll see what happens with little eggs hatching out.
That's very wholesome.
Yeah, it'd be good actually. Yeah, so it'll be fun. So what have you been up to apart from getting your finger better? You're right.
I can't say that I've done anything very interesting in the last few. Oh God, what am I saying? I went on a boat. On Sunday. Oh,
Really?
gosh, it was, yes, I went on a boat. My cousin drives a tourist boat down around Victor Harbour, around Granite Island, and takes people out to see the dolphins and the seals.
Oh,
And
fabulous.
so I took my little grandkids and my son, and it was really good because it was really big waves, and we got splashed and we went fast, and then my cousin found a pod of 10 dolphins, and they all came and swam around the boat and went over, like do how they do that
Like over
thing.
the weight. Yeah.
Oh, it was terrific.
Beautiful.
And the kids loved it. So that was been the highlight for me, because I just love boating.
Yes,
I
it's good
I
being
could
in the
live on
water.
a boat.
Yeah,
I
it's good in
fancy
the water.
myself living on a canal boat, or actually no.
Yep.
What am I saying? I fancy myself living on one of those magnificent yachts that's cruising the Mediterranean, and I would have staff, and I would
And
be
you
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'd pull into beautiful places like Korčula or Mljet in Croatia, and we just pull in our big yacht and go and have dinner.
I can
somewhere.
arrange that. I can arrange that.
Thank you. Well, I have done a big tour of Croatia, like on a 35-passenger cruise
Boat, yeah.
boat. I would like to have my own boat.
Own boat. Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Send it to me.
that's the dream. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, before we go, if anyone's looking for Christmas presents, don't forget to go to the clothes shop for the free bees, the blue bee, the bee free clothes.
They've got some great things on there, haven't they?
They have some great
Yeah.
things, really good things for
So
gifts
yeah.
for people or
hats,
whatever.
t-shirts, I saw tea towels. Did I see tea towels
Yep.
on there?
And
Yeah.
tote
Yeah.
bags, which are really
Yeah.
cool. And
Yeah.
I like the little slip-on shoes. They'd be good. I think I might have to get myself a pair of them because I prefer bare feet, so they'd be easy just to slip on when I got to go
Yeah.
somewhere. So that'd be good. But tonight, I don't know, with hopefully everybody has been following Corruption Whistleblower, because they've been doing some great things, been busy. I don't know how they keep going with very little sleep, but a bit like, I guess, like Michael and like Kelly and all the others, people who chase this down. But they've got a really good story to tell, and we said that's what we're doing an extra show tonight, because we needed to tell people. We need to get it out there as quickly as we can. So anyone listening, please pass it on. So Kelly, can you please find Donna and Peter? Oh, hi.
Greetings.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh,
Good to see
great.
you.
I had a great day. Yeah, and you. Lovely to see you both.
Now, before you you know about this if we want to ask a question, don't you?
We hold up our food.
We've been doing a lot of that today.
Well, we need to send you both one of these and you could wear it around your neck. Anyway. Anyway.
Like that.
Oh, yeah, like this.
Off my head.
Because I think perhaps before you tell us what you did today, can you really briefly tell us what you've done last week and why you did it, fairly briefly, because most people may have seen the video, but if they haven't, they need a background on that to know what you've done today.
Yeah, they do. That's right. Thanks so much, Kay. Yeah, so on the 18th and 19th of November, we went down to Canberra to the Standing Committee on Economics and served the 4 CEOs of the big banks. So we served them a document that we're going to unpack as we chat through the show tonight. And we also served the Standing Committee down there. So that was Commonwealth, ANZ, NAB, and Westpac. We've served all of them. That was just a public notice, though, to say, you guys have got a lot of money and you're supposed to give it to the people. And here's all the documents that kind of prove that. So that document is downloadable at corruptionwhistleblower.com. And so is the video that we did showing the service of documents and having a little chat with them. And then through the video, we explain what it's all about. So it's great to go and see the video at corruptionwhistleblower.com, download the document, and then there's another small letter after that. So do you want to talk a little bit about what we did in Canberra, and then we can talk about
so the reason we served them in Canberra is because we discovered through a banking system that we started to create, and we were rang up and asked if our system was designed to give away prosperity package, and we said yes. So we then got introduced to a gentleman named, well, code name's M1, that's Money Controller of the World. So we started working with him, and he showed us what's called the Treasury Certificate, which is signed off by 17 judges, or the full bench of the International Criminal Court, the full bench of the International Court of Justice, 15 judges, the United Nations, and 300 prime ministers and presidents of the world. So basically every nation. So no one can say it's crap. And people are gobsmacked when we say them, and they go, surely this is not true. Well, do you think that 350 people signing this thing makes it illegitimate? And it certainly doesn't, because in the International Criminal Court, the document's been freed of any fraud, theft, conspiracy theories, so on and so forth. So it's been completely cleared of any criminal activity or ill-gotten gain. So it's absolutely fact. Now, what was pointed out to us when we went through the document is that there were 9 banks in Australia that were given a significant amount of money. The ANZ Bank was given 1.1 trillion. The Westpac Bank was given 1.1 trillion. The Commonwealth Bank was given 660 billion, and the NAB Bank was given 700 billion.
And the Bank of Queensland was given 700 billion as well.
Who we served today. And it was a very interesting day, but Don will tell you a bit more about that later. But just on the fact that we served them. So that money was given to those banks, and it was also given to St. George, and the Macquarie Bank, and a number of other ones. So 9 banks in total. 2 of those banks have been taken over by the 2 majors.
Who gave it to them?
The
Alpha Omega Trust.
The Alpha Omega Trust and the Alveda Trust. So that's basically where all the gold of the world was accumulated in the Philippines, right from probably further than 2,000, 3,000 years ago, accumulated over a long time. That's where the world's gold wealth lies. And the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, the Rothschilds are the first ones to steal it, because when they made all heard the story about
Surprise.
Imelda Marcos and her 1,000 pairs of shoes, some crazy number or whatever that was. But so
The Rothschilds are at the top of all of that.
that's right. So Fernando Marcos was the president, but before that he was a solicitor and made the trustee of the assets. But he started conspiring with the CIA. Anyway, the document clearly doesn't disclose all of that, but when you dig deeper, that's what you know is what's happened. So they're running two ledgers at the moment. So now what's happened is the power of attorney of that document has made 12 of us here in this country trustees to reclaim the assets. Now, just getting back to the assets, those assets were put into the banks in 1967 at 4% interest to mature over a 30-year period. So if you can imagine 1.1 trillion Westpac Bank or the ANZ Bank would have accumulated in 1997, probably around about $3 trillion. But yeah, we're at 59 years now, just on 59 years. So that now accumulates to about $11 trillion. Now, at the 1997 mark, 50% of that was supposed to be issued to the Australian people for humanitarian developmental projects, but they kept it and they concealed it from us. And the other 50% was to be put back in at 4% to roll over for another 30 years. So basically it was an infinite account that every 30 years it matures, and that those prosperity packages could be given out. Now, the prosperity funds were given to every bank in the world so that we could get away from the fiat system, so that everything is actually backed by gold. We're living in a fiat system, but it's not active. They're running a fiat system away from the gold-backed ledger. So power of attorney of those assets appointed 12 of us trustees to go after the money. So we had to go at a very short notice. We were told on Sunday that we were appointed the trustees of the assets to go after them, collect, investigate, account, and so on. And so what we did is we then got a phone call, an email saying, "Oh, look, all the 4 bankers are down in Canberra this Tuesday and Wednesday." So we hightailed it down there. Like I said to a couple of people, you never know when lightning's going to strike, because so we went down there and got access to the 4 CEOs, which is a very difficult task. Normally, they're always hiding behind the scenes. You can never get them. You can serve them documents. You got to serve somebody at the front desk, and they never hear what you've got to say. So we went down there and put them on notice that the original depositors are coming after the money. They want it back, and it's been made clear to us that once they get it back, they're going to disperse it throughout the nation. So it really is up to the people to start using these documents in their bank loans and so on and so forth, because the other part of it is that the Reserve Bank in 1966, and we all know when our currency was converted from
1966
decimal point currency. Anybody that's looked at that document, Financial Agreement Decimal Point Currency Act number 39 of 1966, at the bottom of it, it says housing. So what they did, it appears that the gold was stolen and taken over to the Bank of England. We don't know where that is yet, but 12,000 metric tons, which was given to the Reserve Bank of Australia, or the Central Bank of Australia known then, is now MIA. So tasked to hunt that down. Sorry?
Missing in action.
Yeah, MIA. It's missing.
Missing in action.
Yeah, that's right. So
non-action.
Yeah, that's right. So
missing in embezzlement.
So
yes. MIA.
Yeah. So we don't know where that's gone yet, but we're pretty confident we're going to find out where it's gone eventually. But at 4%, that means the Reserve Bank, which is owned by the Australian government, owes 42,000 metric tons of gold to
the people.
No, well, they actually only owe half of that, but the other half was to be put back and collected at 4%. So from our mining, it was to fund mining, so that then that would increase and we'd mine the gold here and so on and so forth, and print more money that's gold back. But like I said, in 1966, what happened on the 14th of February? Yeah, we got this mysterious decimal point currency. It hasn't been voted for. it alters the Constitution, so it breaches Section 128 and so on and so forth. But however, everything's MIA, so we've been tasked to collect these funds, and they were absolutely in shock because they don't know. They're puppets or muppets, or what you want to call them. But I've been asking them, and I did take one of them. The CEO today took him to task and basically said to him, all the bank loans are fraud anyway, because it's under the Bills of Exchange Act. We make a promise to pay to the bank. They put it on their ledger. They give us back the principal. The money's uncommercialised, so it's a total fraud, and we can never pay it back. Well, we think we're tricked into thinking we paid back the money, but if we've been given blue uncommercialised bricks and we have to give blood, sweat equity red bricks back, the contract's never fulfilled, but they trick us and make us believe that, yeah, you've paid your home off, but you've never fulfilled the contract. But that's the scam. But if they only give us principal, then the big question for everybody is, where does the interest currency come from? And that can only come from other people's broken loans, which causes major competitiveness into the market. So,
Yeah. Hello.
Is it all right if I don't understand half of this?
Yeah, no, sorry. It was just a big download for people who can follow that. But
So obviously there are people who understand what you are saying.
there are.
yeah.
I am not one of them.
Sorry.
It's not difficult.
Can you?
No,
So is in some way you can just
simplify.
really simplify who these 12
we
people
got
are?
a gift. All the people got a gift from really rich royalty in Philippines, and it's called the Alpha Omega Trust, and it was paid into accounts called the White Spiritual Boy. It's all through these documents that you can get online, and so that was
Hang on, it was paid into
A trust.
So all the banks were given these accounts called one was called White Spiritual Boy, and the other one was called Spiritual Wonder Boy. I was just trying to remember them. And so those accounts filled up with and entrusted all this money to the banks, to our banks. And our banks were supposed to give it to us, half of it, in 1997. Now, these guys who wrote in this treasury document, these 300 signatures that Peter's been talking about, they all said, yeah, it's short. This is for sure. This is a real document, and it was in 2007. These guys signed off on it again. These 300. The Queen Elizabeth was the chair of the meeting. You know what I mean? So, it's
The chair of the committee of 300, unfortunately.
yeah.
So why was the money given in the first place, though? Was it just a philanthropic, or was it?
So when you read the document, it's actually the Alpha Omega Trust, and it's pretty much the funds to free the people from the tyrannical governments and the boot that's on our head on every level. It's supposed to dissolve the loans. It's supposed to fund the government to steal children and not fund the government to kill children at full term, and not fund the government for
So it was done in good faith. It was done in good faith and for the right purpose in the beginning.
Yes. And they were supposed to disperse it, but they kept it all. They kept all the money. Kept all the money and put it all in and invested it all into whatever they've invested in. So we, 12 trustees, have been tasked to audit, to look for it, discovery, audit.
And who's done that? Who's given you that?
So the power of attorney for this big trust, the guy who's been put power of attorney by 17 others, all trace it back, it's all verified, and he's been made a power of POE, and he's gone, Australia's ready to go, because Peter and I were developing the People's Building Society to give money away already on what's already in the nation, okay, on the in-ground assets. So we're plodding along doing that, and then I do this speech in Sydney on the 13th of September, and then we get a call from, I won't say where, overseas, not USA, and we make all these amazing divine connections that were that led us to this point now where we have very competent people as trustees for this nation, including 2 beautiful full-blood Originals, and of course, very well trusted and vetted everyone. So they've entrusted us just with this task of finding out where the money is, finding out what's happened to the gold. And so we've been serving banks. And the first 4 that we served was it was a public notice to say, hey guys, we're here. We know there's money there, just saying, and we're coming for it. And as you watch it, he actually says that, and we're coming for the money, And so we're coming for the money, okay? Just saying, So I'm jumping around like Legally Blonde, going, I just want to tell you, I owe like $660 billion, just saying. So it's hilarious. The video, you're gonna love it. It's hilarious. And their faces are like, what do you mean? Their faces in shock because it's not just these CEOs. Yeah, it's not just these CEOs. It's all the CEOs, all the way back to when they were supposed to release the money. Oops, and all the other people who held the fraud in place. So now we're getting international backing on all of this, and we're got international attention when we serve the 4 banks. Goes, oh well, looks like you've caused a bit of a ripple, quite an echo chat, like quite a what do you say? Through the financial world, we've caused a ripple through the world financial, because now the cat's out the bag.
Now, I haven't looked at the documents yet. Does it actually name the bankers that were in charge in 1967? Can you actually track them down?
No. But the banks are very good at keeping records, Kate. So they're going to have all that.
They'll have that information. Of course.
They have all the records, who was employed and what they're in charge of, because banks are very good at keeping records. So we'll be requiring that soon as well. So we've popped into the Bank of Queensland. Peter wonderfully bought shares in the Bank of Queensland. 1 share. So we could go to the AGM. Yep, wanted to go to the Bank of Queensland AGM. And so up we turn. And so we've got the letter of demand. They're the first ones to receive the notice of demand. So it was called, let me just get the right wording. It was the first and final notice of demand for the Bank of Queensland, and it was given to Patrick Allaway, the CEO, today at 10 a.m. on the 2nd of December at Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre, where they had their annual meeting. So the annual general meeting, it was so funny when we were there. I just want to tell you a story. So we're there just standing around like going, oh, hi, looking at everyone, trying to, strike up a bit of a conversation. And Andrew, he's the chairman of the meeting, because I'd done some research before we went in. So the chairman of the whole meeting comes up and speaks. They're so humble, snoozing with us public and us shareholders. You had to have a share together. So they're so humble. Oh, have to smooth this. And so he comes and talks to us. Hi, how you going? I'm Andrew. I knew exactly who he was. And Peter's and I going, oh yeah, hi, and he's like, would you like to meet the CEO? I'm not joking. He picks us up, all the shareholders were wanting to serve the CEO. So Andrew, in all his diligence, runs around for the 3 minutes to find the CEO for us. And there's all these shareholders around us. No one else is even talking to anyone else. And then he finds him all the way down the end. So come on, and we go down and see them. We've got our New World Alliance peace ambassador badges on and everything. Down we go and see. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks. Oh, hi, Patrick. I've got footage. I can't wait to chop it up. Hi, Patrick. Here to serve you these documents. It looks like the Bank of Queensland owes quite a bit of money, like 700 billion. billion bucks, just saying. Like about it. You're supposed to pay it in 97 and you didn't, and we've got these really good documents to show that it's really all true and fair and correct, and he's like, oh, I don't know anything about it. No, but we're telling you so you do know something about it. And I congratulated him. Congratulations, because you're the first bank to be served a notice of demand.
What did he say?
Oh, because they're so broken. I was like, oh, thank you.
And then out there.
Oh, look, at least I'm getting served with all these smiles. Yeah, like we're smiling and serving him. Oh, yeah, no, wait a minute. And then it turns a little bit when he realizes what he's been served. His other little cronies, oh, we've got to go. Which is fair enough. He got served at 10 o'clock. That's when the meeting was supposed to start. But then we had a little walk around after we'd served him, of course, and we gave out just the notice of demand to some of the shareholders, like they should know.
Yes.
No,
they should.
What they got shares in and who they're working for.
The shares are about to go down the order.
Well, whatever that looks like. So we walk around talking to the shareholders then, because we're shareholders. The shareholder, one share. And so we're walking around, we gave out like 60 shareholder things or something, as we should have. Because, these bankers are going to steal it, aren't they? Like they have for the last 6 years. They're the masters of concealment. So the shareholders need to know. So now the shareholders know. And so what we did after that was we went and we're just giving out, just to end as everyone was going in. But then, Patrick came out and he wasn't too pleased about shareholders knowing about the notice of demand. So we got shoveled off. But he was quite shocked to find out that we did have shares. And what was your option? We can come into the meeting if you want, We're happy to come into the meeting, Patrick, and ask some very pertinent questions that people like the Standing Committee on Economics would never dare to ask. How come you're funding this stuff? How come you're funding that stuff? Like I said before, the children's stuff. But, I know they do it through the government and stuff, but this is our whole point. These guys are government to do the evil. So that's why it's very serious what we're doing, and we know that. And that's why we need to go very public, very quick. And I please encourage people to get this out there very public, very quick. Because what Peter said is all true and correct, as deep as it may be. And I know I say it like Legally Blonde, which is hilarious. But I feel like sometimes it's saying, but it is very serious. And we serve some pretty serious banksters at the moment. So please share this video and please get up. But please go and look at the documents and get across them as well. Now, this is the point that I want to make out of all that. The point I'm making is that we also spent hours last night doing documents for farmers and using this material in it. So this stuff can cause mortgages. And Peter's just about to come back up and tell you how this stuff has got the potential to crush your mortgage, to crush them from coming in and stop them from coming in and taking your house if you're at that point, because it's a different way to navigate through the courts. So is it okay if Peter just takes the floor on that? Because we were helping the farmers last night. We've only just started to craft this document. It's a template in process. So these guys are stepping up. I can't say their names at the moment. They are in the Supreme Court on Friday in Sydney. So we're hoping to get back there for that case. So take it away. Tell them how it does that.
So the affidavit's not perfected yet. We only really started it last night, because that was another great lady. But what the
whole idea of it, hey?
Yeah, the whole idea of this document is that with NAB Bank, the Commonwealth, and all the banks, they all owe us money. Now, in the house repossession scenario, they send you a notice, you ignore it, or you say, I can't pay, whatever. Next thing you know, because you don't respond with an argument, they come back and they say, right, we're going to take you to court. It's a summary judgment. We've got the contract that you've signed, and you haven't got any excuse to cause a dispute on the loan. So within 2 court cases, warrant of possession's been released and gone out of your home. So, but what happens is in a summary judgment, you can put forward an argument to create a trial, and that will then, at a minimum at this stage, we don't want to promote anything that we haven't proven yet, but at this stage, this document proves unequivocally that the banks owe us all the money that was supposed to be given to us as prosperity packages since 1997. And we're not talking about chicken feed. We're all talking about, the document proves that we all should have been given anything from, not all in one go, but $500,000 here, $500,000 there, and so on and so forth. It would have cancelled out all the debts. So when you create an argument with the bank, then it goes to trial, because the people are going into the banks going, hands up, I haven't got the money, I can't pay. Can I have another 4 weeks? And generally what will happen is the judge will say to the bank lawyers, will you give him another 4 weeks? He might be able to pay. And they go, yeah, we'll give him another 4 weeks, knowing that they can't. Yeah, it's only miracles.
Come up with 300,000 in 4 weeks.
Yeah, and so then the judge goes back to make out like he's a good guy and says to the defendant, look, I'm going to adjourn for 4 weeks. Make sure you pay the loan out or negotiate with the bank to pay the thing off. If not, you're going to be out the next time you come in. And generally the next time when they go in, most people don't even turn up. They vacate the houses. I've seen it. I've been in there many times. Just to examine what's happening, and that's what will happen. But in this case here, once we perfect this document, the people will have a counterclaim. Every single last mortgage owner will have a counterclaim. So if they owed $1 million, hey, you owe me $1.5 million. So now, and it's signed off by 300 signatures or 350 signatures, being the full bench of the International Criminal Court, the ICJ, John Howard, even in 2007. How on earth are they going to say it's not true? It's impossible. And so we're asking everybody to get their heads around it. It is a big document, 132 pages. You don't have to read it all. You download the one at www.Corruption Whistleblower. It points you to the exact pages where it includes Australia. And there's probably only about 7 or 8 pages.
Yeah. There's not 131 pages. That's all the signatures. Don't worry. That's all them proving their corrupt signatures. Because everyone on that document, they signed to say it was true, and then they kept the money again.
Yeah.
Oops.
So we're basically building a template at the moment that one would be, firstly, you've got to cancel your power of attorney. We're not going to take a single approach. The first one is cancel the power of attorney to your bank loan. Anybody can Google search, what is the power of attorney inside my mortgage document? And it comes up straight away that it gives the bank the power of attorney to make sure the security is secured. So that means when you go to court, the lawyers are chipping away at your equity in the home, or if it's not yet any equity left in there, they're still the first ones to get paid because they've been made power of attorney of the
So you're saying,
securitisation.
so the bank people in the loan are taking the money out of your home loan to pay for them to take it you to court.
Yeah, because you've given the power of attorney. So the first prong of attack would be to cancel the power of attorney, and people can do that on their own, but we're going to build a template that's that tough that they will seriously have problems, and we're hoping to, once we perfect that, to make it public for people so that as soon as they get a warning letter, the thing doesn't go to court. So you just send this counterclaim back and say, right, bang, my power of I've cancelled your power of attorney. And the second phase of that attack will be the fractional reserve lending system. Now, that is a dangerous argument for the banks and the courts because it basically proves what I was trying to say before, but I may have said it in too complicated terms. But if we make a promise to pay in a contract to give to the bank, the banks put it on its net worth ledger and they give it back to you, that money's commercialised. So there's no labour attached to it. We pay back money that's got blood, sweat, equity to it. They're not of the same like right. They give us blue bricks, we give them back red bricks. But the fractional reserve lending system works like this. Your deposit is the fraction. So the banks haven't got the money. They never have had the money under the fractional reserve lending system. They got nothing. And so every loan in this country is fraud. So that's the second prong of the argument. And the third prong will be, you owe us $1.5 million or thereabouts. We haven't done the exact figures on it yet. But once we perfect this affidavit, we're making that free for everybody. And that way it'll be a three-pronged approach. And we can't really see at this point how they're going to respond to 350 signatures of the world's dignitaries, or I don't know if we call John Howard a dignitary, but he appears to be a dignitary. On the face of it, not. But and I hope he's listening because we do not trust you.
A question for Peter: what is written on
your hat?
Government corruption whistleblower.
Oh,
Government corruption whistleblower.
Government corruption.
I just answered one of the questions and what.
Well, you've got to meet Rex because Rex is a transparency warrior. So you need to meet Rex.
Love to.
Yeah, so that's about where we're heading at the moment, and we've got the Reserve Bank to serve this week or early next week. The Macquarie Bank, because they also were a receiver of the prosperity funds.
West Bank or something? West Bank?
No, Macquarie Bank, St. George. And there's still 3 or 4 of them left to serve. And once we...
Yes.
Sorry. I have another question.
Yeah, good.
Just backing back right to the beginning of when they gave the alpha. What was the alpha?
Alpha Omega.
Alpha Omega.
Yes.
Yeah. So what was in that document? What did it say that after 30 years the interest money was to be used for? Did it have specifically worded what it was to be used for? And then the other half to be put back in to keep going, What did they say? What were the wording?
Development projects,
Humanitarian
development
yeah,
projects.
humanitarian
The
development.
infrastructures, all sorts of things that you could be.
Well, it would be
using.
for the housing, for the people. You're supposed to go to people all around the world. You should see what
Build free
Switzerland
housing.
and what all these other countries got. We're still small fry, but what the other countries got. I encourage you to go and look at the documents. Very big documents.
Yeah.
You go and have a little read through. Oh, it's mind blowing. Get ready.
Yeah.
They've embezzled it from the whole world. No wonder they're packing up and trying to disappear themselves, because they've incriminated themselves with their own greed and signed it all off. So we all know who's done it.
Yes.
And that,
Did they not ever think that anyone would find out?
Well, it's taken us 60 years to find out.
like
True.
the war, lots of things.
Listen to this one. Listen to this one. There was an original document in what was it, Tower 7 or the World Trade? It was the World Trade, and it's written in this document. There was the original document in the World Trade. Oh, blew that one up and stole all the gold. Follow the money. Yeah, it's in this document.
Yeah, I've heard that story. Yes.
Now, the World Trade Center, there was a thing on tonight about that. The Camel family, he's actually trying to take it. And the Supreme Court in America, the judge is refusing the evidence. I don't know. I didn't hear the rest of it. So they're raising funds to get it to the higher court, because I think he lost family members in it or something. So
there was big reasons for,
well, we know that. Yeah, that's right.
This document that they do big things. So they're busted. We all know we need to, like I said, please get across these documents. Many quite deep investigators have been across these documents for many lengths of time. Like Peter said, no one's been able to say it's not for real. So once we serve it to the banksters and they just go like this, straight off to their lawyers, then their lawyers are going to have a very hard time disproving this.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
No,
So
that's right.
That's about where we're at. And like
so now, then, so to look forward is we've got prosperity packages, that are potentially on their way. We also have other stuff other mechanisms that can bring out prosperity in the next year as we launch the People's Building Society and stuff like this. That is very much the delivery of prosperity, the beginning of it. And so, we're really hoping but you want to tell them the pathway of what we're wanting with the banks. Let's explain the pathway as we give them these documents. What does it mean for them? Give them the letter of demand. What happens when
What are you hoping? What are you hoping?
What happens when they can't pay it and stuff? What's that look like?
Well, it's like any, if let's say hypothetically a certain bank's worth 200 billion, which they're not, because they haven't got anything.
You've got the money, no.
All their buildings are on lease, and they don't own any infrastructure. They're leasing all their buildings and so on and so forth. So the idea is that we come along and we say, you were given 1.1 trillion, 57 years have gone, 59 years have gone past. You owe us 10. You owe the Alpha Omega Trust $10 trillion. You better hand over the asset, because if you don't hand over the asset, there's going to be all sorts of dramas on every CEO going back. And in the end, sometimes you have to give something to get something. But we don't want to talk too much about those particular chess moves on the board in the future, but anybody can do their sums. If your business is only worth X and you're asked for 10Xs, you just hand over the business, and then that way. Because the original money, when it was to be matured in 1997, was actually Nazara Gazara funds, so National Economic Security and Reformation Act funds, and Gazara Global Economic Security and Reformation Act money. And so this is what we're dealing with at the moment. They've stolen it. Not that there aren't many more zeros still in that Bank of England account, because I've seen it, and there's over 45 or 46 zeros in that bank account. But at the moment, tyrants have got the banking system. So hopefully the plan in the future is to get hold of those banks and then start dispersing the funds, so we can rebuild the world, the new world, or the new earth that's coming. And we've been suppressed in a crazy way. We should have been miles and miles. We should have free energy now. The banks have bought out everything. And if you bring out free energy in this world, they basically say to you, here, we'll give you, $1 billion, or we'll give you, 500 million. We want the contract. Otherwise, don't expect to have a happy future.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if this is why they're really pushing a world war, because they can see something coming.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
pushing these world wars. You just wonder, because there's a lot of. You often wonder how these people became so wealthy so quickly, and you think, how did they become so wealthy?
They funded those wars. These banksters funded those wars with the money that was against
both sides.
Yeah,
both sides.
Yeah.
And created it when there was a bit of a problem. Let's create a war, both wars.
Yeah, they are do lots of provoking things to all different nations in all ways around the world, but no one seems to be retaliating, because I think we can see that it's just someone thrashing out as they're going down the whirlwind drain, as they're getting sucked down the drain. It's just their last few little thrashes.
We'll put the plug in.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Press plug.
So they can't come up again.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, that's great. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thanks for coming on with this short notice, and it's very exciting. And everybody go to Corruption Whistleblower, read those documents. I must do them and print them out and sit and read them.
Yes.
And it's not a complicated read. Just follow the index pages and just go and read those pages. You can read the appointment of trustees if you want. There's also a letter to President Trump there in relation to the Alpha Omega trust funds. And
how it's everyone's around the world.
Yeah.
So but Australia seems to be going first, because we seem to have the most disgusting, tyrannical death cult of government. So
we just wonder. We were the convict country, I suppose.
Yeah, well.
So before we go, sorry, I'm just going to ask another question. How many countries benefited from this Alpha Omega funding? Was it
every single one of them?
Well, no one actually, because they've kept it.
Yeah,
they kept the money.
Okay. How many countries were supposed to benefit from it?
I believe 193 countries, I believe.
Right,
193.
Okay,
that's how many countries there are, and
73, 193. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Because don't forget, 130 attended that.
You see the whole list, all alphabetical order, all the list down the whole page after page. That's what all the pages are. All the countries, how much they were given. What's all the ones that signed off on, this is true and correct. 2007, we were all signing off on it. Yeah, thanks. And then they just kept it again.
Yeah.
And once you see the video, so you all guys haven't seen the video yet. When you see the video, when we serve the 4 banksters down in Canberra, well, when we walk out of Parliament House, there's 2,500 shoes on the Parliament lawn, and they're from the suicided men for the last year. Work boots, children's shoes, who they donated for their kids, for their dad who's hurting, found himself and completed suicide. So we related it straight back that it's the banksters who have caused them such financial harm, and we know they have. And this is what it leads to. So the blood's up to the bridle, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
What that harm they've caused. Oh, the blood's up to the bridle, as it says in Revelations. Yeah, they got a lot of blood on their hands. The banksters, a lot of blood on their hands. The Australian government as well. So that's why we're coming to serve you the documents, audit, and keep looking for the people's funds, because we can't have it keep going on like this, where they're using this money to enslave us, to fund their digital ID, to fund their ridiculousness in school and what they're teaching the children. So
and wages not keeping up with cost of living. It just goes on. And I had a taxi driver.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but we've all been down there. So we really do have to, and we know they're going to resist. This is why we want everyone to come together, and we will. And we are very much, and realize what's going on and share this information, because it's very solid, and it's we don't need any more distractions. That's right. So very focused, because they're going to want distractions. See, you're distracted already, Kate. Look at you.
Did you hear those birds? We've got about 200 black cockies, and they live.
Oh, beautiful.
No,
they're
really loud. I think they can come in the house.
Beautiful. You live in such a beautiful area.
Yeah, it is a good spot. You'll have to come down soon.
Yeah, love to.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we go, I just wanted to say one thing about the future video that's coming out. It won't be that long. We're putting it together now. But you'll see when I say to the CEO, every bank loan in this country is fraud, he won't answer the question.
Well, he doesn't go, no, it's not, it's all like that. He just goes.
He just can only stay silent. And I will get better at that as I go along. I'll simply ask them, you know, they're all fraud, and can you prove me wrong? Tell me it's not true. Because they are. Every one of them's fraud because money's uncommercialized.
That's right.
And
Actually.
anyway, so just pay attention to the video, and what the look on that guy's face is when I say it to him, it's just blank. He's got no answer. So it's
all of them are like that, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
All the CEOs. So yeah, you got to love
We
it.
need people to wake up that every loan in this country is fraud.
It's a
I
big
might
one.
try it. I might be your first one.
Yeah, love you too.
Well, the idea is to test the ones that are under mortgage stress, where if we didn't help them, they would lose their homes anyway, because we don't want to make any promises on anything
No.
but we are going to prove this shortly, and we just say watch this space. And the minimum we can do at the moment is create the argument so that it's not a summary judgment, and it'll go to a trial. So straight away they're in their homes for at least another year or a year and a half, and then we prove the concept as it goes along. But anybody reading the document will know, absolute fact, no getting out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're here to
Oh, well,
help.
good luck with your future down in Sydney. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
Thank you
us.
so much for coming on and explaining that to everybody. Do read
Thank
the
you.
documents. It's all in the
Yeah.
papers. Isn't it? All in the papers.
Well, we're bringing out the 4th edition just before we go. The 4th edition will be a summary of it because we've got 3 out showing the problems. The 4th edition is the answer, the solution, the summary of everything that we're doing, so that people can grasp it and join in.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. So that'll hopefully be out January, February, you know. And so we're all teaming together and having miracles are becoming our new normal.
You need a hat. Miracle workers.
It's my new normal.
And lightning bolts.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
All right. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you
very
so
much for having us. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you for explaining it all to me.
Love you.
Yeah. No worries.
No,
Historically, we are the debris, forgotten faces, never more to be. Instead of legends fighting for something that had no guarantees, living ghosts we chose to live and die as their worker bees. Why didn't we break out from their hide? Why didn't we follow